Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
Happy, the ball itself has its own energy, or life force, if you will. Its natural environment is in the home. So why don't you send him home? His bags are packed. He's got his airplane tickets. Bring him to the airport. Send him home.
Send him home. Just send him home. It's time to go home there, ball.
Son of a ball, why didn't you just go home? That's your home! Are you too good for your home? Answer me!
The nice lady said recording is in progress, so
it's official.
It's official. Countdown. 3,
2,
and 1.
Thank you. Yes, we're here.
Yeah, boy. In advance, as always, America, you're welcome.
Yes. What can you do? Thank you.
You know, busy week, all kinds of things going on. No. Shut it. Time to go talk to America.
That's right. Let it all stop.
We're talking to the buyer. Talking, from the foo to the dough, from Gaines to, I don't know,
Cocodrie.
Dulac. All right, to Japan, New Zealand.
Dude, I've looked at we had downloads in New Zealand and Germany this week.
Is it No.
I don't know.
Oh, by the way, wait. I just forgot. Hi, everybody.
Hey,
how are you?
True.
I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you.
We're just anxious to get into it, obviously.
Yeah. We were talking about, we were making ourselves chuckle before. We realized we're not even recording this stuff. It's about entertaining ourselves. Okay, so we blowing up in Germany, which might not.
Germany, we got a couple places in. Let me look at that list. Multiple downloads in Wayne, Michigan. I don't even know where that is.
Shout out Wayne, Michigan. You can probably hear the gunfire of Detroit from Wayne, Michigan. I'm just gonna guess. Top of my head. I think I've been in Wayne. I'm not 100% sure, but I think I've been in Wayne, Michigan.
Well, we got some in New Zealand, some Germany. This could be a first time in San Francisco, California. Might be Nancy Pelosi. I'm not sure.
Nancy got the vid, man. You saw that?
Yeah, I know. That's so. She could be home doing something.
She got the vid, man. She could be working on those stock picks. She's home working on the stock picks. Yeah.
And this is the first time for the audio podcast anyway, not the video, but Pierre Part making an appearance on the download.
Come on, Pierre Part. Why you don't want to look at these faces, man? Come on.
Hey,
audio podcast just robs you of the facial expressions and but that's okay. But appreciate it all, y'all. Definitely rocking the foo, my friend. We got some stuff to catch up. So people send me and a lot of things, but my buddy Jim and my buddy Raleigh are the two that they're like the fact checkers. Facebook has the fake fact checkers, right? That's how you can tell something's actually true on Facebook when they tell.
I got not kicked off, but I got a post on Facebook rejected because it violated community standards. The guy I know posted a picture of a black belt, which I assume was his. And it had some Korean writing on it. And he said, anybody know what this says? And I said, I do, but if I tell you, I'd have to kill you.
Oh, come on. And they banned you for that?
It didn't. It blocked the post and told me that if I continued to violate the standards, I risked being blocked.
We need Elon Musk to buy a piece of that too.
Yeah.
Save the country, Elon. Don't put all your faith in one guy, but I'm glad he's doing it. Also be nice to be able to just say, I'm just going to drop 1% of my net worth.
Yeah.
To buy 9% of
a multi-billion-dollar company.
There you go, man. There you go. But it's been a good week. Oh, saying my friends that just it's kind of funny. We throw some things out, and then I get all these notes during the week about. So last week we're joking about when I was called Dave Michaels manager. It was Belinda Bernard.
Oh,
Now,
sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
Right.
Yeah, and she apparently passed almost 10 years ago. So sorry about that. She was good. She was nice to me. Gave me that wonderful name. So Dave Michaels and One More Time podcast.
That could be where Brett Michaels got his name from.
Who knows? Brett, who played LaRose, right? Well, that happened.
Did
right?
he?
Did Brett? Yeah, we joked about that one time. I'm sure. I'm almost positive. Yeah, Brett Michaels a few years ago. Because I want to say, of course, this is way before we were doing this, but I either on Facebook or somehow I made the joke to you. I don't know to be more excited for LaRose or more depressed for Brett Michaels.
That's true. That's true. My friend Gene, who was a regular listener of the show, texted me this week. And he was going to see Toto and Journey.
Toto and Journey.
Yeah. But he said that he's pretty sure Toto played Homer one time.
Mm-hmm.
And I said the same thing. I said, that really makes me sad for Toto.
I think maybe it was Toto. Maybe it was just the dude that had the rights to the name or something. Because that happens too. You got to watch with some of these, it could have been the full band. Look, people forget that until the internet blew up big time and you had this resurgence of
classic bands, basically.
Right. And because the music of the last 10 years okay. Well, not all of it, but most of it. People go back and realize, oh man, that stuff was actually better. I'm sorry, man. They got Africa. They had some songs hold. That one's forever. That one's forever. Like, okay, you're the band that did Africa, which I don't know if we ever talked about this before, but there was years ago, some musicologists or whatever they do, whatever the people get grants to study this stuff, basically came out and said that Africa was the most, what is it? I want to say contagious song, but like the best, like the perfect ear, what they call it, earworm, whatever. You got to get stuck, you think about it, man. You can't, if Africa's on, you're going to find yourself singing along to it somewhere along the way. You just are, you can just, I'm listening.
My son that's in college has, since he was in high school, said that's his favorite song.
It's a good song, man. And the Rosanna doesn't really hold up that much. I don't like.
No, I'm sure I'd have to go listen to an old album, and
But I'm glad they're out there, man. I'm glad they're out there. They probably do it like that's the. And I know this is. I have no reason to doubt this, but years ago they said when Louisiana LaRue was trying to, gotta look, man. One-hit wonders or hits. Actually, they had a couple. Carrie's gone. They had a few.
Dude, they're playing at the Thibodeau Volunteer Firemen's Fair. I may make a run at that.
I saw it here. And, they'll probably do New Orleans Ladies twice or three times.
Take a ride on the riverboat.
Yeah, let it do that. We were talking. So while we're talking music. So I was traveling this week. I went to Paducah, Kentucky, which was actually a cooler little place than I expected.
If your name like Paducah, you almost have to be cool. Just take that as stride. That's a cool name.
It used to be, I don't know what, it's one of these towns that used to be something, right? Everybody, all these, and I actually like that. I once a couple of years ago spoke at this resort in French Lick, Indiana. Okay, that's where Larry Bird's from. The only reason anybody knows French Lick is because of Larry Bird. But it was this what was it called? But some convention center or some resort. It's one of these places. Apparently, French Lick used to be a big deal because they've got this beautiful, classic, massive. It's a hotel / they might even have a casino there now and other things. And at one time, like presidents and stuff met there. It was crazy. Some of the pictures on the walls, it was like everybody. You just kind of, oh, but I didn't know anything about this. I
And
just
is it
want
close to something?
dude, don't quiz me on geography right now. I mean, it's in Indiana, dude. It's close to Fields, I guess. But I went find Larry Bird's house. I did do that. Just because, you just got to see, okay,
Yeah, you're there.
that's where the Birdman, and they still had a basketball goal outside, but I'm pretty sure it's something different. Whoever bought the house realized we got to keep a basketball goal up because everybody's driving by here. But Paducah was funny. Again, great, nice little town. When I'm driving by, I've been to a lot of places, and I don't typically stop by and take pictures of much. But when I drove by the National Quilt Museum,
Bro, you gotta.
I'm taking a picture of this, man. Didn't quite have the time or the nerve to walk in, and
I bet there's some nice looms in there.
I just, if I wouldn't have thought that I'd have been noticed and somebody would have asked me, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, right? I would, because that would have been me. I got a feeling I'd have walked in there just to be, you know what I'm saying? Just to say, I walked into the National Quilt, and I'd have ran into some nice people who would have, thought that, oh, you're interested in quilts, and
you'd have had to pretend.
And I'd have to tell them, like, no, not since my my quilting injury.
got that needle right in the hand.
It was bad. It was bad. But so no, it was nice place. But so flew into Nashville, and then it's about a little over 2 hour drive from Nashville into Kentucky, and it's everything you think it's going to be, man. It's that, it's country, just
everything and less.
But man, I missed that. I was fun doing that. I hadn't been out, just like, this is America. I'm driving in America. And the thing is, man, Nashville knows their branding. First of all, there's some places you go to in the country and you got to scan the dial to get radio stations. You know what I'm saying? Like you may miss, like there'll be nothing between 92, 93, 94. You can't, right? Dude, coming out of Nashville, every 2 little clicks, there's a station with a
they're
signal,
fighting
bro.
for frequency.
Man, I mean, and country, I promise you, there must be 12 to 15 country radio stations with a signal because and you can just tell them this ain't Sirius X. This is like, oh, okay, this one's more,
I was going to say, are they different?
Yeah. Dated, man. I ended up locking in on Willie 102 for a while. Willie 102 FM. I just love small town, and some of these places aren't that small. But
man, when you call yourself Willie 102, you're pretty much locking into a lane.
They do. I mean, dude, they played some Sawyer Brown. I was jamming on several Sawyer. So, I did 4 hours, maybe 5 hours worth of radio listening over a 2-day period. So that they did. And the great thing about old country songs, man, there were songs that played, and I was just flashing back to, my childhood or teen years, songs I know I have not heard in 20 years, 30 years, and you still know the words.
Oh, country songs.
You
the
still
old
know the words.
Type stuff. And then that's what I like. I like old Hank Williams and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just, if the lyrics are cheesy when you get down to it, but there's a story.
Yeah, man, look.
There, so I think it's easier to remember because you're following a storyline.
They would put on songs that I would say, like, dang, I forgot that was a song. Dang, everything. And they were like, was a hit. And they played Jerry Reed, When You're Hot, You're Hot. Remember that one?
When you're not, you're not.
And it made me, and I realized as I'm driving, Jerry Reed was the original rapper. Go back. When You're Hot is a rap song, bro.
Yeah, because he wasn't a big singer from a melodic standpoint.
And he had another one with some kind of alligator.
Yeah, Amos Moses.
Amos Moses with it. But look, when he's doing When You're Hot, it's a rap. Every now and then he goes in, and then somebody else is singing, When You're Hot, you're hot.
I think Amos Moses drops a Thibodeau line in there or something.
They might.
There's a Louisiana reference in there for sure.
So no, man, props to Jerry Reed, because even at the end of When You're Hot, he's talking about being he's in court and he's threatening a judge. That's about it. That's as gangsta as you can get, man. Jerry Reed was the original. That, and Johnny Cash.
Is Jerry Reed still alive?
I think he passed. I mean, should I go to, so I'm gonna shoot out an apology right now to our buddy Jim, probably listening in the foo. Got the screen up there. He sent a picture. It's kind of funny, man.
Yeah, on our tax dollars.
All right, let's see this. Hey Siri, is Jerry Reed dead?
Jerry Reed was born March 20th, 1937, and died September 1st, 2008.
Oh, well, he's been dead a while.
He's been dead a long time.
we'd have lost that game.
Yeah, sorry about that, Jerry.
I know. That's where Siri comes on and says, "Come on, stupid. He's been dead for 12 freaking years, 14 years." Yeah. All right. He lives on at Willie 102 FM coming out of Nashville, man. And how many Cactus Jacks are there in the country, do you think? I just love it. I love listening to radio where I enjoy the commercials, the local commercials more. I know I am listening to the kind of station I want to listen to when I'm hearing commercials for exterminators, backhoe, operation, what are some of the other ones, man? Well, of course, you also got to get the COVID stuff. Oh my gosh. They got them even those smaller stations, man. They got to pick up some of that,
Oh, and money was flowing for a
Uncle
while.
Sugar cash, man. That's right. But yeah, that was fun.
But all we get here is lawyer commercials.
Well, between I've said that before, between say Lake Charles and on I-10 coming in Lake Charles to Lafayette. I mean, what keeps those? Because it used to be all the casinos, but now it's attorneys.
Yeah, Gordon McKernan. So here, connected to that in an off way or kind of side direction.
Everything we do is connected in an off way, bro.
Yeah. So I took my daughter one day this week to the orthopedic doctor, and yeah, she had an early morning appointment, like the first appointment of the day, and so you'd expect, when you go to a doctor and it's the first appointment of the day, that you're either going to get out of there quick or you're going to be lumped in with all the other dozen or so people who had the first appointment of the day, and you'll wait, which was the case. So I just noticed just all the loud talkers in the waiting room, to the point of it's like, I cannot believe this person is screaming to that extent. So the first guy that I noticed, they must have asked him for his insurance information, and he says, my lawyer's taking care of that. My lawyer's taking care of that, which means he's suing somebody, and the lawyer's covering it. But the funny thing is, when he got back to his seat, he then even more loudly announces to the girl behind the COVID protection glass, receptionist girl.
Mm-hmm.
He said, all my information should be the same. This is just a different accident.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it's like, all right, so you're making a living out of this, aren't you?
Let me know when you're leaving so I can.
Yeah, well, and you got another older guy who yells across, is there a bathroom in here? That's what I told my daughter. I said, he's got to go take a crap, right? And he's just announcing it to everybody.
You don't yell. You don't yell to pee.
Yeah.
No.
But then my favorite one was or I guess because I was joking with her, they called a guy named Johnny, and I told her, I said, oh man, I feel bad for that guy. And she said, why? I said, man, Johnny used to work on the block. on the dock.
The dock.
The union's been on strike and he's down on his luck.
It's tough. So freaking tough. Did you tell her about Gina?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
so she works
bet.
at Gina all day.
Off bet, man.
Yeah.
Working for the man.
Bring home the pay.
For love. But thankfully they're gonna hold on.
Yep.
All they got, man.
All you got, man.
Bro, it doesn't even matter if you make it or not. It doesn't.
Well,
they got each other. They got each other.
That's a lot.
For love. They got to hold on.
Tying it back to music. It's all a search, the continuous circle.
Oh, that's a bad habit you started. I've been doing that forever now. I'm still trying to work that into conversations with my wife. You heard about Tommy?
Yeah.
It was Tommy, not Johnny.
Tommy. Yeah, I wrote Johnny, but it was Tommy. It was. Well, Tommy used to work on the block. No, messing up my own jokes, man.
It gotta be a pretty good joke when you can mess it up 2 or 3 times and say, let's go.
You know, it was Monday. It was a long,
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, the thing about that first appointment, that's always. Then they give you the one. Well, he's doing his rounds this morning. He got stuck. He had a patient at the all the lies. I don't trust anybody, man. We didn't remind anybody about that in a couple of weeks. Don't trust anybody. They're all lying.
Yeah, they are.
Everybody, look at the 2 guys on the screen. We're telling you the truth, or at least what we think the truth is. We could be wrong.
At least we believe it.
We could be wrong, but we believed it when we said it. So
that's
there you
all
go.
that matters.
That's right. I don't. We didn't change anything about the way we do anything, but our names are not underneath our pictures this week. You notice that?
Because I had the mute button on mine.
For those of you,
oh, mine are back now.
Well, not me. It's okay. So for those of you that are downloading the podcast, and where was it?
The airport.
The airport. There you go. The airport. You're missing
San Francisco, somewhere in Michigan.
I was talking to somebody in San Francisco this week. Maybe that's them. I hope it's not. It's business. I don't want business to figure out this kind of stuff. But yeah, no, you talk about loud talkers. I was in you know what store I went to for the first night? I know you won't. So you start asking a question. No, you're not going to know this, but a store that I hadn't been to forever. Forgot it was open, but I had to run in. I wanted to buy a shirt that I didn't care, like it needed like something maybe wear it once and not
Sam's.
No, bro, I wear Sam's. Okay, this is not a Sam shirt, but no. When I buy a Sam shirt, it's not throw away, dude. I wear my Sam stuff for a while.
That's got a polo on it right there, man.
Yeah, you're right, man. It had to be a gift. Sure, it was a gift. Because it was a Marshalls. All right. I love me some Marshalls. Just because I love it. It's almost a contest. Like you're in there and it's like people are going through the racks and everybody's looking for that. It's like Easter egg hunting. You're looking for that special deal.
The golden egg shirt.
Yeah, you see some stuff, and it's because I'm convinced that Puma and what's some of the other brands, you don't see them anywhere else in the world except Marshalls. You can they got a strong, and I like Puma. I like the Puma label and stuff. I got some of that, but I'm in the Marshalls and just looking at a couple things, enjoying myself and enjoying a post lunch walkthrough. And this guy's FaceTiming, man. He's like, right. So I don't know. I'm looking through a rack and he's having a, loud conversation on FaceTime with his wife or girlfriend or whatever. And, the other thing too is I'm not languages dropping some curse words, just,
yeah.
I don't necessarily want to be that guy.
I know you're in your own silo over there.
Yeah, I don't have children standing next to me, but bro, that's kind of disrespectful, man. What are you doing out here in public and you on your FaceTime cussing? But looking for bargains.
Was he at least cussing about the prices?
I don't know what he was cussing about. Wasn't paying enough attention, man. I was trying to find me some Puma wear. Hey,
sounds a little funny.
You can buy crap, man. I love those kind of stores. Like if I find myself in a dollar store, I am just obliged. I gotta buy stuff. You feel like a Benson when I'm walking around in a dollar store. Like I can afford anything in this place. I can buy several.
Joey likes to go to those types of. Yeah,
my wife loves. And she loves her some dollar, and then I get it's a Dollar Tree, like Dollar General is different than Dollar. There's one of them that's not just a dollar.
Everything's a dollar, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. There's this place here, and I think what they get is like the returns or the overstock from a couple of different stores like Target and maybe Old Navy. But the place is called Dirt Cheap. And
that's
I went there with Joe one day. And when I tell you, the operative word is not cheap, it's dirt. It was the nastiest place in the world, where you see they've got trash cans that are for sale, but people just use them to throw away their trash.
But you gotta wonder. So I've never seen a dirt cheap out. Is it a chain? Is it
I think so.
Yeah, that's some good branding. So that's somebody sitting there thinking, man, let me think.
Yeah.
How do we make people know we even lower than a dollar store? Bro, we got to come up with a name. Let's call it the cesspool.
This crap is cheap.
Let's call this, and then when they did, and then they did a focus group, and people said,
cheap crap was already taken.
I'm not shopping the cesspool. That sounds crazy, man. So dirt cheap. There you go.
Yeah, this is how bad it was. If you bought anything that was electric powered, not electrical, or I mean, if you bought an old lamp or I say old, there was a corner in the back of the store where you had to plug it in to make sure it worked, because there were no returns.
You know what? I give credit to that, man. That's honesty right there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know that it works, but you're getting your money back if it don't.
That's on you, bro.
Yeah. I gave
Plug
you
it
a place
in.
to check. Had an extension
Check
cord.
that crap out. Hey, we ain't playing that game. Yeah, I was so back in the airports again too. So that was the it's bad that I'm doing that now. It's like back in the old days of radio. You kind of walk around just paying attention to stuff that, I get my flight in the morning, and it wasn't as early as the other ones were. I still have my burrito though. That's my go-to move now, man. I can't. It's like I'm Pavlov's dog. I get to Hobby Airport. Got to go get me a
Gotta do it.
breakfast burrito, man. Yeah, hit that thing. So I'm sitting there eating, and I give credit to somebody. Guy's passed out asleep. I think I sent you the picture. And he just passed out asleep in the airport, but he did it right where the Southwest line is going to line up.
It's like I'm counting somebody's going to wake me up.
That's a guy. I don't know what kind of night he's coming off of or what he's doing, but that's a thinker right there. You go hire that guy. That guy's thinking. Yeah, so somebody's going to kick me.
Yeah. Chances of you not when you're stepping over me, slim and
somebody's going to kick me. Wake up. Yeah, and we had storms come through, so I end up. And it's funny how there's things that are annoying when you go through them all the time, but then you miss them after a while. Like without traveling a lot, much at all, the last couple of years. So even getting stuck in an airport for a little bit didn't bother me as much. I wouldn't have wanted to have to sleep an extra night there. But
so I got on the floor.
Well, no, I'm not doing that either. The Nashville airport where we were though has you can rent a place to sleep. They got something called net suites or something. Yeah, man, you can go rent out like a room to take a nap in.
It's like a whole room, or is it like
I didn't go check it out, man.
Like a bed on a train?
I don't know. It was like, it was, well, you have like a t-shirt store, you have this, and they had this thing. They sold various things, but apparently you could go, you got a hardcore want to sleep, man. I mean, if you're that tired, you can probably just find a corner.
Right. Let's get a chair.
What you doing there? But so I ended up my flight got delayed, and it's always the case. I busted my tail to get to the airport because I didn't want to miss, the flight, and I was probably delayed almost 2 hours. So, you know what you're gonna do, right? So I get in there, and here's this whatever restaurant bar, and there's a line outside, and oh man. So I just, I'm not that hungry. It's a long day. It was a good day, but I was tired. I just want to grab a beer and, put on music or something and just chill out. And that's when it's like, it's kind of funny. It's tip folks. I can't believe people will stand in line and not even ask, hey, can we sit at the bar? Yeah, bar's wide open. And it's better sitting at the bar, man. It's not like, it's not like in the old days where nobody's smoking in an airport anyway.
Well, but plus you can sit at the bar, and 9 times out of 10, the full menu is available at the bar if you want to eat. Full
menu's available. You got the bartender. I mean, you never get faster service than the guys looking at me. Like you almost get tired of the guy asking, but good guy. That's the other thing too. I've been on one of these things because, part of what I do for a living, kind of preach to people about relationships, and just my big thing is everybody's got a story, right? Everybody's got a story. Just have people, right? Doesn't take much to get people talking, right? And people, that's the biggest compliment in the world. Is just let somebody start talking. Man, I learned more about that bartender than he was showing me pictures of the engagement ring he's buying this girl. I'm giving him marriage advice. I'm giving him, yeah, so but he was one of the best. He was a young guy. He was great, man. He was awesome. And
That's why I like to get an Uber. I like to ask the driver their story because I think every Uber driver's got a story.
That's why a lot of them are driving Uber. Just talk to somebody. And then I sat down, and it's one of those things, right? You kind of rolling the dice. So it's almost like walking into a men's room where they're going to be, you got urinals and it's, everybody's spaced out evenly. And okay, you got to figure out, okay, who do I want to pee in between here? Because, right. And just, that guy looks weird. I ain't going to pee next to him. I'm going to go over. All right. So when you're walking up to a bar that's got the seats there and there's, it's like, so I chose, I didn't choose. I don't know if I chose poorly, but so I sit next to this lady. She's probably a little older than me. You know me, I'm terrible at that, right? She could have been 60, she could have been 70. I don't know. And then this other guy, I forget where he's from, an older Asian fellow who had just retired. I know that because he felt obliged to tell me. Right? When I sat down, I just thought he was like, good, somebody else I can tell I just retired. And tell him what I was doing and where I worked and where I've been. And I'm just like, I'm glad I'm filling this role. Okay. I'm just here.
You had to fill a purpose, man.
I want to get a beer, or depending how late my plane's going to be, might be, I'm going to be, but so, talk to this guy, and this guy, to his credit, he's trying everything, man. He's finishing one beer. I don't think I want to do this one anymore. I don't want, what else you got there? Next thing you know, he's doing a margarita. Next thing you know, yeah, he tried, and I was giving him like, you go,
hey man,
dude.
He's retired. Who cares if he feels bad tomorrow?
I'm just like, you go, dude. And the woman to the right of me, so she's a nurse and her husband's an OR doctor. Did I ask
all this?
Did I ask? No, no, I did not ask. I must have been like my wife. My wife says that people just like to tell her stuff. People just like to talk to her. They just tell her stuff. And I'm not usually in that role. I'm usually in the role of,
right. You're the storyteller.
You don't have time to talk. I mean, you got to find a way to put a word in edgewise, right? But apparently I just looked like I wanted to hear everybody's story that day. And, which is fine because I had a great bartender in front of me and he's, man, that beer's never going to go dry. So we're just going to do whatever. And people that do this, right? You're talking about loud talkers. She was texting, I guess, several people, but reciting it. She's one of these, you know what I'm saying? You talk to text.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? She's
in
talking,
a bar.
Well, it's sort of open air kind of deal. And,
yeah,
and so I heard one end of every text she sent.
Which I'm sitting next to this yawn.
I wanted to lean over, see if I could mess up her text. I think you ought to mind your own damn business. Stop texting me. And then she started telling, I forget what story she was telling. And it was one of those situations of, you realize when you made a mistake, when you sit down sometimes next to people and you're nice. You want, hey, hi, yeah, good to see you. I made a couple of jokes to start off. That was my opening line. Like I come in there and, I wasn't sure if the seat was open because there was something sort of there. And I'm just, so is this one taken? She's like, well, there was somebody sitting there before, but I don't know. And I just like, was he bigger than me? She said, no. I said, all right, I ain't sweating it. That's good.
That was your mistake. You tried to make some, you
made
went from besides, in addition to the polite question, you made some comical banter.
Comical banter. And man, and when you make comical banter, people think, oh, wait,
you opened the door.
And yeah, because
I piled on through.
After a while, she was quite, she was really interested in the stuff she had to say, which was awesome.
Should have introduced her to your Asian friend.
Man, look, I no joke, huh?
This dude just retired.
You don't talk to him, man. He apparently hold his liquor too. I mean, this dude,
he was a quality tester at the bourbon factory.
Man, he's knocking it down here. But yeah, and then I get it. So finally, my flight's coming in. I'm on a Southwest flight, and I go sit near the gate and waiting. And then I look up and Southwest pilot sitting next to me. And that's always kind of interesting, right?
Yeah.
It's like
my round, bro.
he was scarfing down some Burger King, man. He was eating some BK, and I'm thinking, hope that don't make you sleepy, bro. I mean, because everybody else was coming up on, it was almost 9 o'clock or so at night by this time, and then he ended up timing out. That's always great, right? Because we wait long enough that you pilot.
Because he can't fly again.
Well, they have a certain amount of time. Yeah. And but I think they were BSing us because the plane I was on was landing in Houston and then continuing on to Las Vegas. And I'll bet you they didn't have anybody to take the flight once it hit. You know what I'm saying? So I think they lied to us. So then they board us, and now you're sitting on the plane waiting for your pilot who's landing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're getting that noise. Like your pilot will be. Thank you for your patience. Your pilot will be pulling up to gate 3 right next to us in a little while, and he's going to get paperwork done and come on over here. And I'm thinking, am I the only one this plane thinking that dude might be tired or distracted, man? I mean. It's not like
I didn't know pilots switch planes.
Oh yeah,
I just kind of thought it was their plane for the day.
Oh yeah, he landed, probably grab a beer, got back on the plane, just good to go. I mean,
took a nap at the nap store.
I don't know. So he had, I mean, the co-pilot was on the plane, so and waiting, and thinking to myself, can you fly this thing? Come on.
Yeah.
What you here for?
Flight.
What you here for? How come this guy got to come fly it? But they probably do that. They probably take off, and the pilot just says, he can take this.
Yeah. I'm gonna sleep off this burger I just ate.
This BK is killing me, man. You had the margaritas in that place? They're great, man.
Yeah, try two for one's happy hour.
Yeah, but all good. So you were saying about you were driving your daughter. Your daughter had
she had swim practice,
but you had to step
every
in
day, and she's been getting a ride home. The little girl, my daughter's too young to drive, but a friend of hers who lives in the area drives. So we started giving her a little money every week to just bring her
a little something.
Yeah, a little something. But then she couldn't bring her today, so I was asking if I got a refund.
Gas is expensive, man. Come on.
Yeah, but so I went to pick her up, and I like I talked about last week when my car broke down that I don't mind because I enjoy sitting around and quiet and doing nothing. It's just a relaxing part of the day for me. So I drove up and was like, sweet, I got 30 minutes right here.
It's a nice day.
Yeah. Lean my seat back. I'm good. Then all of a sudden, like out the corner of my eye, I see the edge of an arm kind of waving. And what the hell? And then I lean up and it's like, oh gosh. And a nice fella, swim dad, friends of Riley. But it's like, well, there goes my free time. So now I got to roll down the window and shoot the breeze with you for 20 minutes.
I was like, man, I know.
And really the only thing we have in common is swim.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That was like the parents you always ended up you were kind of friends with just because your kids played sports, right? But I mean, it's you got to just explain to them. Okay, I know being bored is like a bad thing to you. It's the highlight of my day.
Yeah. So
when highlight of my day.
When I lean this seat back, don't be offended.
That's right. Look how far back this seat goes. Oh,
see you tomorrow.
And I get happier as it reclines.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Hell, man, my daughter got to beat on the window to go home.
Yeah, she'll wake me up.
Wake up, Dad.
Talking about offending. So I offended one of my neighbors the other day.
Good for you. Good for you.
Who didn't take it lightly.
Oh, really?
He's a guy. He's our HOA Nazi.
What? The Ukrainian?
Yeah, no, he's not. But
apparently they got a lot of those over there. Well, I don't want to. Sorry about diverting that, but when you said, it's like, all right, things we're learning. The things we're learning. Like, really, who knew? They got tons of them over there.
No, well, this guy, he's the one. He sued the HOA because he felt he was unfairly not elected to the board.
I was on his side. I know.
Yeah,
I remember.
Well, he lost. And so the board election's coming up again. And so he passed out a flyer to everybody in the neighborhood, slamming the current board. And
Are you part? Are you part of the board?
No, I don't have the temperament to deal with this guy.
Okay.
So I know it's hard to imagine, but I sometimes like to stir the pot.
Nah.
So the top of his flyer said "attention" in 3 different languages.
Oh, hey, that's a marketer right there.
It had, you know,
Was one of the languages Cajun?
English, Spanish,
Garawasa.
and Vietnamese.
Garawasa.
So, but then it's the flyer is filled with, you know, improper grammar and typos and all this other stuff. So I'm driving home and I see him in the yard, in his yard.
Oh, you do not. You do not.
And you know, I'm helpful, man. So I just pulled over and I said, "Hey, man, yeah, got your flyer. Next, you might want to proof it a little bit better next time."
You didn't.
I did.
Oh,
I
man.
can't believe I did it.
Tell me something. Were you wearing the pink Converse? Because
no,
that's when you gotta be ready to step out and throw some chucks.
I maybe should have been.
You got to get out and throw some chucks.
So he proceeds to tell me, you know, that he don't care. I'm just stop annoying him and get on down the road. And I said, "Man, I'm just messing with you. Just, you know, trying to have a conversation."
No, hang on a sec. I don't know this guy. I probably wouldn't like him. Got a feeling he may be one of the biggest holes going.
Yeah,
but you kind of asked for that.
I did. Look, I admit it.
I'm not saying that if I was there, I wouldn't have been on your side saying, "Oh crap."
Yeah, no.
Two old guys got to get.
Don't move on my.
Two old guys got to get in a fight because Juan can't keep his dang mouth shut.
So, but then
roll the window down and call the guy illiterate.
He keeps going, and then he called me stupid. And
I can call you stupid because I've known you for a while.
Right. So then he drops a couple words on me, you know. Oh no, I'm sorry. I dropped a couple words on him. The first one begins with the letter F.
Fine day we're having here.
Yeah, and the second one is you. And so then it was, you know, you gonna cuss me while I'm standing in my yard?
Yeah, apparently.
I said, "You called me stupid, man. I'm not."
But you stopped and rolled the window down to make fun of his flyer, man.
I didn't make fun. I was offering help to the guy, man. I'm a marketer. That's what I do. I help people. I help people, Dave.
Well, get back in your car and go sell some beef jerky.
Yeah. So then he cussed me even more. And so
it must be. Do you have to drive by his house to go to your house?
Every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Nice.
But he also passes in front of my house because he patrols the neighborhood looking for violations.
He'll be looking at you hard now, bro.
Oh yeah. If he wins, I'm done.
So you knew this guy well enough to think that this was going to go well? Like when you,
no, I know him well enough that I should have known it wouldn't.
No. You should have known. No. You didn't. It's not. You can't say I should have known. You knew. You didn't. Don't pull like crap. Don't pull one. He's like, "Man, hey, you wouldn't believe what that guy did." No, you know exactly what he was going to do. I mean,
it was a spur of the moment. One of those things where, you know, you're driving and say, "Hey, check it out. I'm going to say something."
Attention.
Atenciones.
Atenciones.
You got a typo.
I got bad grammar in 3 languages here. So was the flyer in 3 different languages, or it was just attention?
No, it just had attention.
Okay. So if you're like a Vietnamese and you don't read English, it's
right. You're paying attention, but you don't know what else.
I want you to stare at this flyer, and thankfully, since you can't read English, you don't know how bad the grammar is in it. So there you go. Well, good luck with that. As opposed to me, Juan, I get along with all my neighbors.
That's right. Because you give better advice than me,
which is amazing. It is amazing. My wife says that you good at faking people out sometimes. Now, I'm a good neighbor, man. I want to be. That's my attitude. I'm the best. I'll try to be the best neighbor I can. I will leave you alone. Leave me alone. Let me know if you need me to go shoot something. You know,
I generally do that. You know, I don't talk to. I don't mess with anybody.
Something goes down. You know, I try to keep my noise down. I mean, I might be one of the problem ones because I do like to grill, and then sometimes when I'm grilling, I do maybe have a little music that, I'm gonna
You're
bet my
neighborly.
I'm
It's-
gonna bet my
you
next door neighbor has heard a little more Rick Springfield than he would care to.
but
Gonna,
you throw a burger on for him. And,
no, he's vegetarian. The one right here,
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
yeah, love him. He's a good guy. He's older. Him and his wife, older retired Indian couple, and he's funny. So he's funny. So he goes away for weeks at a time, and so he asked me to watch his. One of the better pieces of advice I gave him that ends up kicking me in the butt was, so I got some security cameras on my house, but also some Ring doorbells, and those are the easiest, right? So I got a Ring doorbell all over on all the doors and stuff, and he one time he's asked me about them, so I had him, talk to him about them. So he installed Ring doorbells on his house. I don't know if he sits there and watches those things when he's on the road, but I'll get text all the time, and I can just, and I hear his voice when I'm reading the text. Right. Oh, Dave, can you go check if something, whenever, dude, I don't know, it was in your
You
yard,
see, that's why I
dude.
don't want that, because that's what I would do.
What?
I'd sit and look at the cameras all the time.
Nah, you stop looking at them after a while, but it's, it's one of those, I told you that we were getting ready to go on vacation once, and this was a mistake, man. I don't, it's about as close as I came to having I don't think it was a heart attack, but it was bad. It was 3 years ago. We're getting ready to go on a vacation, and we were going to Florida, and we stopped. We drove the 6 hours to Louisiana. We slept in Louisiana, and for the evening, and then heading the next day to Florida. And I just put in a Ring doorbell on the front door, and I wasn't real familiar with, like, when you look at it, it's got the footage of what happened before. Okay, so when I pulled up my just look at the front door, and this is like in the morning, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 in the morning, and when I go to pull it up, I didn't realize it was showing me video of me from the last time I did that. So I jump out of bed at 6 in the morning thinking somebody's breaking into my house, because I didn't recognize.
Didn't recognize it. Say, like, somebody's breaking into my house. I don't know who he is. He's good looking.
Oh, dude, we got the best looking burglar right now. I mean, I would like to watch this guy a little more, a little
Ask
more.
what he does. Does he have a workout
Dude,
routine?
oh man, look at that back. Oh man, he has to do some lat work. But yeah, because my door was open, and I don't know what I was doing. And it honestly, it was mostly my back. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta go. And I'm just like, you're thinking, like, do I even know how to call the cops? I can't. If I call 911 from home in Louisiana, that's not gonna ring Sugar Land. That's gonna ring.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think, oh man, who can I? And I just like and then I don't know why I kept looking, like, what else is going on? And then it just stopped. I'm like, what? Oh man, the inside the house. Well, surely the alarm's got to be going off by now. Like, God dang, we got to. I mean, the alarm's got to be going off by now. And then it stops and go back in that.
You're like one of those guys are seen in like a bank robbery movie where they just they somehow loop the security camera.
I don't know. That's when I learned my lesson. That's how that works. Don't panic on that. But yeah, so every time I got a thing from Ramesh today, I made the mistake. I went to his house because we watch each other's house, and you get, everybody goes, all the yard crews come leave business cards in your door and whatever, and that's you don't want that on anybody's door, because that's just a sign that
Right. Hello, I'm gone.
So so I go and take those things off his door, and I mean, just like,
do you wave at the camera?
No, I didn't. But 5 minutes later, I'm getting a text. Was that you doing? Yeah.
Just some good-looking guy.
That's right. How you doing? What up? Whatever part of the world you in. But he's good, man. He's, especially when we go places and he watches the house, man. You can't hire security as good as him. A full report. He knows everything. He's watching front yard, backyard.
The water meter reader came at 7:23.
Man, that's right. He's got
Took
some
a little
time.
longer than normal.
He's got some, exactly. So he's paying attention to that. But a good guy. Likes to talk. That's the thing. He likes. I might have told you that when I was at that funeral Did I tell you this one? So, we talked about being at a funeral a few weeks ago for a
Oh,
neighbor.
when they asked if anybody had any stories.
And yeah, that I did. My wife said, no, don't start telling stories. But right before the funeral, right, I mean, they just started, and I'm getting a text, and it's from my other neighbor Ramesh, who he talks. He's good. You cannot get him off the phone, right? You just can't. It's yeah. And so I'm trying to, and I just know I can't answer. I can't, even though we're outside, I can't. And it's rude if I walk away. And he's not the kind of guy
never come back.
And he's not the kind of guy I could just say, yeah, what? No, because it's going to be, So poor guy.
Let me just tell you something real quick.
Yeah. I'm at the funeral. I can't find it. Look for the people. Look for the people. It's in a cemetery. If you're anywhere near the cemetery, I'm sorry. There's directions and there's directions. It's a cemetery, right? They're not hard to find.
Yeah, generally a big green tent near where we are.
They're not hard to find, right? If you're in the woods, you're in the wrong place. If you're
not a lot of them.
Yeah, exactly. If you're in the area and you see a lot of, that's what it is. And then you just look for the ones that got a lot of people around it. And if you go to the wrong one, at least pay your respects to somebody else. There's usually not two going on at the same time. But anyway, good guy. He's rocking his Ring doorbell too. So you want to get your Ring, man?
I don't know. I'd get annoyed watching that guy drive around my house.
Hey, checking things out. You think if somebody's breaking into your house, he would stop him? He would call? Would he?
No, he'd help him out.
He'd help him.
He might stop him, not to help me out, but so he could take credit for it and then criticize the existing board.
Put that on the next. Yeah.
Yeah, for letting crime in the area.
Put that on the next flyer.
Right, because one of his things in the flyer is that we've got security problems in our neighborhood, and I'm thinking maybe he ought to run for mayor of Baton Rouge if he can solve the crime problems around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have anything like any other neighborhood. Somebody will go try to open a door in your car, and yeah, no big deal.
I made
talking about crime in Baton Rouge. They busted apparently a big I don't want to say gang because we don't have gangs.
Well, you don't have gangs. It's Baton Rouge, dude.
It was a group, another group.
It's a group.
It's a ring.
Club. It's a club.
They were doing lots of weapons, lots of illegal weapons, drugs, and a lot of cash.
That's just that's circumstantial. Circumstantial evidence.
I wrote it down. The Bankstown Mafia.
That's a heck of a club. The Bankstown.
It is the Bankstown because we're on the banks of the Mississippi, and this apparently was a cooperative group between people who live on the west bank of the Mississippi and people who live on the east bank. So it's the Bankstown. They were it was a collab.
They don't discriminate. It's like we don't care. They don't care what bank you from.
These aren't rival groups. These are it's almost a coming together of the two sides of the river. These guys brought people together.
They ought to put in for a grant or something.
I'm sure they could get one.
Okay. Yeah. Lots of money, lots of
seem to be successful at what they do. Lots of cash.
Let's see. What did we the other thing I was gonna started off with. So Buddy Jim said that straight from Fouchon, straight out of Fouchon. That's actually Moran's Marina that sells those things. He sent me a picture of the shirt. I guess they're stocked. They must not have had really restocked since the storm. He said he bought me one, but all they had was like child mediums and stuff. I was like, dang, I can squeeze into some stuff, but I don't think I could do that one. All right. So I don't know. What do you think, man? You think about that? Is the bucket of much full? We got it.
Yeah, it's overflowing.
Overflowing
with goodness.
Oh man. There you go. Push the button. See if any of this stuck to tape, y'all. We'll see. What you want? It's free.
Yeah. You get what you pay for.
It's free. You get more than what you pay for. What are you talking about?
If you were to return this for credit,
that's right.
Or you try to sell it on the secondary market,
yeah,
you could do well.
We'll make you go.
You could probably do better than the Bankstown Mafia.
Yeah, man. You want to send this thing back? You got to go to the back of the store, plug it in, make sure. There's no returns. There's no returns on this.
No
You bought it.
refunds, no deposit, no
You bought
return.
it. It's yours. It's yours. Anyhow, if you want to hit us up off of social media, it's Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. And there's just, man, there's a plethora of places to find us.
It's a myriad.
They're finding us in
Anywhere
Germany,
and everywhere.
Japan, New Zealand,
Michigan.
Warren. Hey, shout out Warren, Michigan. There we go. San Francisco.
Be well, Nancy.
Yeah, please. Yeah, take another shot. I think she's got 4 or 5. You been noticing that? They always do that now. That's the thing. It's like, I've got COVID, but thank goodness I've taken 12 shots.
I had the got my 17th booster today. Nothing feels anything.
It would have been so much worse. It'd have been so much worse, but there you go. And then they showed a picture of her. So this was, she got it this week, right? And they show a picture of her, all her and Biden like that, like her and the president.
Yeah, him kissing her.
Like, what the heck's going on? Like, what's the, oh, we got to get out of here. We didn't talk about that. Like you saw when Obama went back this week. Oh my God. Hey, listen, dude, if we ever doing a public event somewhere and one of us is blowing up and the other one's, hey man, let's just agree that neither of us will ever treat the other guy like Obama treated Biden at that, man.
Dude, that was, he knew that was Biden who had his hand on his shoulder.
Oh, that was cold, man.
Not turning around.
Cold. I'm talking to the cool kids. I ain't turning around, man. He's yelling at him, bro. Oh, jeez. Yeah. I gotta tell people that we're watching that. That's not even political. That's just pathetic. That's just sad.
Yeah.
I'm actually angry. Here's what's weird with all the stuff we go back and forth on, and people can get fighting back and forth politics. I get ticked off. Like, I don't care who you are. As the president, it's like,
well, the protocol.
That dude right there is the president. That's right, the guy.
I always thought, from a protocol standpoint, the president always walked ahead.
Man, I don't know.
You'd see the president and the vice president would be.
We ain't big on protocol anymore. Mm-hmm. We don't. I'm saying they're making it up as they go now. But yeah, I was just, I'm just sitting there thinking how terrible his staff must be, because that's a matter of, look, man, we've all had jobs. Your job is to make sure the boss don't look bad. Mm-hmm. And as soon as that nonsense started happening, you got to run up there and pretend you're talking to him about something.
Yeah.
Pull him aside, pretend you're telling him something important, right? You don't let the guy walk around like, hey.
No, look like he's lost.
Where'd everybody go? I got kicked out of the club.
Right. Then you escort him to the front of the crowd.
Oh, go get some ice cream. Do something, man. Do something. But anyway, all right. We did that. We checked that. We did the plethora of things.
What kind of week should we have?
Oh, I don't know. What you think?
Yeah. I think it'd be a
great week
to have a fantastic
Why not?
Week.
Put it this way, y'all. If you're given the choice this week to have a pooty, terrible week, or an okay week, or a fantastic week, that's where you want to go.
Right, man. Forget the boudet. You just want to go have a big smile on your face.
And when you get to the good place, make it even better. It's not. We're not suggesting. We're not. When it's not. A hint. It's a freaking mandate. It's a freaking mandate.
Here's a little word of advice. Don't suggest anybody proofread their flyers, because that probably won't lead to a fantastic week for you.
As much as you want to roll the window down and ridicule the angry neighbor you got.
Yeah, just keep on driving.
Just shoot them the deuces. What's up?
Take it from me.
There you go, y'all. Y'all be good. All right, man. We're gonna get out of here. When do we drop the next one? Give or take.
Monday, 7 o'clock.
Monday 7. It's the freshest you're gonna get it. Try it off the truck.
Right off the tree, bro.
Good to go. Good
and juicy.
Good news. There you go. All right. You guys have a great one. Love you, bro.
Back at you. But Joey actually taught at his school for a couple of years. Or there's not his, well, it's school on the property. It was an elementary school there.
She taught at Swaggart School.
Yeah. And it was when we had both LSU and Saint season tickets. So when she'd go to work on Monday, we had to make sure we cleaned all the empty beer bottles out of the car.
You should do that anyway, man. Yeah. Just because you Swaggart.
Yeah,
my dad. My dad used to literally, he had Jimmy Swaggart eight tracks. He listened.
The dude made he still sells albums and stuff. So
wasn't he Jerry Lee Lewis's cousin?
Yeah.
Okay.
They learned on their grandma's piano. But
and they both went into the same business. They just did it a slightly different way.